What the fuck?
What kind of fucking crickets are those?
This is the worst cricket sound I've ever heard. So, I just found out I have cancer. Thank you. This cancer diagnosis, it's pretty bad because I always thought I was an Aries. All right.
That joke was pretty Sagittarius. Sagittarius. That sounds like another guy name.
Yeah, Sagittarius.
This is my son, Draconis Lamar Johnson, and his brother, Sagittarius.
Yeah.
Also Lamar Johnson. And the also is in there. Now it looks like we're doing a research podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, what is a cucumber? Can you look that up for me?
What is a cucumber? I could look
All right.
I have an idea.
You just search images and you're like, that. I'm like, all right.
It is a wildly cultivated creeping vine plant in the family Cucurbitaceae
Wow.
that bears cylindrical to spherical fruits, which are used as culinary vegetables.
That's fascinating. We'll be right back. This is so fucking long. Just two dudes.
Welcome back to the program. My name is Gatorface, and this is my co-host. I don't know. Gatorface was pretty.
Yeah, Gatorface. Gatorface and Jim. Talking about men's issues here. Let's get into our calls. Caller number one. What's your bitch up to?
Anyway, I did this short film yesterday, and I've been doing. I did like that acting class back in September, and it led to like I've just been doing like student films because that's pretty much all it was in the class.
Yeah.
And so I've done 2 now, and yesterday the one I did again another film, no real dialogue. The first one I did like 2 dialogue lines, but this one had no dialogue, and
Just fucking.
yeah, just hardcore fucking. I come in.
Hard as a rock.
My mouth has been sewn shut and all my clothes have been burned off. I enter the room. 3 men are waiting for me. And they're dressed like pine trees. Anyway, the premise of the movie was that I was playing some character who his wife died in a car crash. And so it's me just like kind of muttering around the house. Was more or less the scene I'm doing.
Yeah.
But like he wakes up and it's like, you know, there's like fucking dishes everywhere and there's clothes all over the floor and shit like that. And then I'm reading the script and it's like he starts to meticulously clean these up. First he starts with the glasses, you know, he runs, there's an envelope in the middle of the table and he keeps ignoring the envelope. And that's kind of the crux of the scene. But, you know, I clean up the dishes and then I immediately go to the laundry and then I'm vacuuming and I'm sweeping and I'm reading this thing and I'm like, is there even a movie or is this just a guy trying to get me to fucking clean his apartment?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that sounds like a Nathan For You thing, right?
Yeah, like he's got a camera going, sure.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of his roommate coming home and being like, all right, so it was $100 we agreed to.
Yeah. And
Place looks great.
He pays him. You don't get any money.
Yeah. he pays him in front of me.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's like, "Hey, thanks for doing my student film."
Wow, you guys are great.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they fucked you.
He hires a cleaning service to make a film. I like the idea of like a Filipino cleaning service that there's no service they'll say no to.
Okay.
So they'll do crazy. They'll be like, "We need you to build like a shed or something." And they're like, "Yeah." Like, we'll bill you.
Yeah.
But then it gets wackier. Like, yeah, we need you to make a short, poignant film about urban sprawl.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, see, no problem.
Yeah.
I guess
C.
Filipinos don't say see, do they?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know how dark I want to get. Like, my brain always goes too dark.
I don't think this matters. I think we're better off not saying no to our ideas, and then we can always like nobody's listening yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like the apex of that is like the Nazis hire Filipinos.
Do they? Or would they?
They would.
I always wonder what it's like in Argentina.
What?
Where like, because they always say that like that's where all the fucking Nazis ran off to.
Oh yeah, right.
And so like, there's just this like little pocket of the world that I imagine is what USA would have been if Germany won.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's probably a bunch of like Argentinians who just have like German descent and they just have no. It doesn't even pass their mind.
Yeah.
That it's because their
Right.
grandparents are fucking
Yeah.
straight up
criminals.
Nazis.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure they found enough Nazis in Argentina that it was like, okay, we're not gonna stop looking here, right? Like this is pretty much ground zero for Nazis
Yeah.
escaping.
Yeah, and despite all them getting there, like comparatively, Argentina's been pretty chill. You know.
Yeah,
They really haven't.
I haven't heard them say a word.
Yeah.
Like
That's good.
Argentina is a country I know exists, but I don't know what they do for anybody,
Yeah.
if they do anything.
Yeah.
Now, am I cultured? No.
Do you research anything?
Do I research anything? No.
Neither of us do.
Do I have the opportunity to do it now? And am I gonna? No.
No. Tell me again what a fucking cucumber is. I forgot.
Yeah, I've already moved on from cucumber.
Yeah.
This is the thing with knowledge. You don't need to know it anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's there whenever you need it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I think the problem is with Google in general. It's not even a problem, though.
Speak on that. Speak on that, brother.
Well, I'm struggling to decide whether it's an issue or not, but the fact that nobody knows anything and nobody cares that they don't know anything because they know that whenever they need to know something, they can look it up. Like, I'm constantly put in scenarios where I'm like, oh shit, I gotta make a decision quickly, and I Google what do normally people do in this scenario. And I'm saying that generally because I can do it for every scenario that's ever come into my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think, which is actually kind of sad, that I don't think there's anything I've done that somebody else hasn't already done.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's like the thing that's always been around, but now we're aware of it, you know? Like someone else has done it, and we know. Yeah. We'll be right back. Okay. This fucking intro's so long.
Let's just see how long it goes.
Oh my fucking god.
I think by the time the next episode happens, we need to write lyrics for this.
Yeah.
Welcome back. You're talking pedophiles.
This is pedophile talk. I'm Phil, and he's pedo.
I'm Pedro. We're pedrophiles.
Pedro and Phil. The Pedro Phil. Pedrophile.
Yeah. I'm Philip. Yep.
Yeah.
My parents insisted.
Yeah.
We're the Pedro Philip.
Yeah. Doesn't it feel like rappers, they should be, like they're artists, they're rap artists, they should be called rapists? Is that something? I'm a rapist.
Check out my rap sheet.
Yeah.
I think, what if we named the podcast Cheese Pizza?
Okay.
And hear me out. All those crazy lunatic conspiracy guys who think that cheese pizza is code for schmormography will come and just, like, no attention is bad attention on social media, right? Like, it's about visibility.
Yeah.
So, like, the more haters that are commenting on your shit, technically could eventually make you money.
Yeah.
So if we just pretend to be the child molesters, but we don't actually do any molesting,
right?
That way we stay pure in the eyes of God, but we still make money off of Instagram. I don't know. I'm making this scheme up as I go.
Yeah, and let's put like Pizzagate shit in the background just to like keep them coming. You know, like
right. There's well, every once in a while we'll have an ad for Comet Pizza.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I hear one of your buddies just had his island taken away. Is that right?
Yeah. I get nothing.
Okay. And then we just like cut, you know, and it's like it seems like we cut something out.
What if Epstein Island was Newfoundland?
Oh my god. Yeah.
And then that song that they sing, "Eyes the By," was about them eyeing boys. Huh. No, that might be a Canadian cut that you don't get.
I don't get it. Yeah.
In Newfoundland, they have this song that goes, "Eyes the By who sails the boat." Oh, "Eyes the By who builds the boat. Eyes the By who sails her." That's how it goes. And then there's another verse, and whatever, we won't get into it. But "Eyes the By" is Newfoundland slang for I'm the guy, like I'm the boy.
Oh, eyes the by.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like there was a dude we knew who worked in a warehouse with a buddy of mine, and he used to always talk about his weekends with his buddy Daryl, but he was a Newfoundland guy, and he'd always go, "Yeah, me and my buddy Daryl, we had like an 8-ball. You should have seen my buddy Daryl." He kept bringing up this guy Daryl.
Yeah.
And then my buddy Daryl. Anyway, we used to make fun of it all the time. Yeah, Newfoundlanders have like a really distinct Canadian accent.
Yeah. And then he started talking about the island he visited.
Yeah. He's like, "Oh, this isn't the only island I've been on. I've got to come clean by."
We got up to it, eh?
This is a new. This is a Newfoundland business mogul who was caught at the Epstein Island. "Well, I can't help it. I'm an island by."
God damn it.
Sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'd love to see the Island Boys, but the Newfoundland edition.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, shit. We should start that conspiracy. Like
the Island Boys?
The Island Boys were talking about.
They're actually just Newfoundlanders?
Well, that conspiracy. Yeah, that's hot. That's a hot conspiracy.
What conspiracy were you going to suggest? That the Island Boys are from Epstein? Oh, that's already started.
Oh, really?
That's a real conspiracy.
Fuck. God damn it.
I'm pretty sure it might even be like a corroborated one.
Can we not get on the ground floor of any conspiracy?
No. We are absolutely 6 feet in the air at all times.
Fuck me.
Island Boys at Epstein Island.
No shot. Really.
Let's take a look. This is a work computer too. Island Boys say they've never met Jeffrey Epstein. That doesn't mean anything. It's a big island.
They say they've never met him. Yeah.
Like, have you guys been to the island? We've never met Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Yeah. That really wasn't the question.
We were in the lobby. We saw him.
Why is this an article on LinkedIn?
Imagine sharing that on your LinkedIn. Like years after it happened.
I kind of want to. The only people that I'm pretty sure our boss, like CEO, has looked at my LinkedIn. How embarrassing. My photo on LinkedIn is like a selfie that I took in my own bathroom.
Oh, yeah. Not bad.
Okay, I really want to find out about these Island Boys. What ethnicity are they? They're Cuban.
That'll tell you everything you need to know, right, bud?
Well, it just happened to be the question there.
I'm just kidding.
Frankie and Alex Venegas. They're born in 2001 and are of Cuban ancestry. So they were born 2 months before September 11th. I'm sure somebody can fucking do some math that makes
We're on to something.
Have something.
We are absolutely on to something.
They're actually born exactly 55 days.
Okay.
September
Okay.
Maybe
55
56.
divided by 11, or divided by 5.
55 divided by 11 is 5. And if you divide 5 by 5, that's 1.
Yeah. And that one.
There's only one Epstein Island.
Yeah.
Which means that they were at the island.
Yes.
Hold on, there's a couple steps we might have missed.
Okay. They're twins. The Twin Towers.
Twin Towers happened 2 months after their birth.
Okay, I might be an insane schizophrenic man.
They're also Cuban ancestry, which means this could be retaliation for the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Bay of Pigs. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
This has Kennedy written all over it.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure this goes all the way to the top.
Yeah. This is crawling with child pedophilia, if you ask me.
This we're gonna have to
we're
gonna have to go through a lot of footage
of 9/11.
We're just no. I was thinking of Epstein videos personally.
Oh shit!
This is just us creating an alibi for why we're doing research.
Oh god, we're back to that. Yeah, I just imagine you watching videos and like your significant other comes in. She's like, "What are you doing?"
Man, it's too bad the Island Boys got famous before they actually made anything. Because I think what happened was their video went viral for being so bad.
Yeah.
But it was a matter of it's like when comedians put out a clip of like a stand-up joke, but it's clearly not done yet.
Yeah.
But they just happen to get good laughs on that. Like they got the laughs that should have made them go, awesome. There's something here. I need to go rewrite this now. But instead of rewriting it, they just post it.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that's what happened to the Island Boys. I think they posted something too early. It happened to catch. And everybody hates their fucking guts now.
Yeah. Well, also they're totally unironic. Like.
Well, yeah, I agree. But I think it's because they were putting their heart into something and they just weren't that good yet.
Yeah.
I mean, they say it in the song. I'm an island boy, and I'm trying to make it.
Yeah. Make what?
Another trip to Epstein Island.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just saying.
Connect the dots. Do your own research.
Don't judge a man or an island boy until you've fucked a mile in his shoes.
Fucked a mile. A mile of dick.
You know what I was thinking about that, by the way? The expression, when people say you can't judge a man until you've walked a mile in his shoes. Yo, a mile? That's like, I don't know, a 20-minute walk?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's it? Takes 20 minutes, and now I'm like, this guy can go to hell.
Yeah.
It just seems like they didn't really put a lot of thought into that expression, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe like you can't judge a man until you've walked 40 years in his shoes.
Yeah.
Maybe 10. If he's already been living, you can get away with 10.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just saying it's really easy to know people. Oh, I forgot about our sponsor. They don't know it yet. You know what I was noticing? The can, when you're drinking it, oh, I guess it is on purpose. They purposely make it so that the logo is visible when you try to drink from the thing. It's right here.
If you're right-handed, yeah.
Well, I think most people are, so they just bank on the most people are going to see it.
Yeah.
If you're left-handed, yeah, you're right. You're fucked if you're left-handed.
Yeah. What if you drink it like you're drinking like Japanese green tea with like two hands, and you're like, you know?
Oh yeah. Hey, I was gonna ask you this. Does my accent come out when you hear me?
With certain words, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like all Canadians though.
Like car. I mean, I put it on there, but
Yeah.
I bet you I do it accidentally.
But even right now, when you said out, like, does my accent come out? I heard it a little bit.
Like it was more oot.
No, it's
not really an out. Yeah, it's more of like an out.
Yeah, it's like
Like
right
there's
at
an
the end.
ooh in there, but it's so subtle.
No, yeah, it's very subtle, but
Right.
not much of a difference. Every once in a while, they'll say like garburator or something that we don't say. Toque.
Carburetor? You guys don't say carburetor?
I say carburetor, but garburator. I thought that was a Canadian word.
I've never heard of carburetor in my life.
What do you call the thing that eats up all the shit in your kitchen sink?
The garbage disposal.
Oh, okay. Weird. I was always under the assumption Canadians called that a garburator.
Maybe they do, and I just never. I never grew up with one.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's not common to have those up here.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But people do have them.
Yeah.
And there's always that classic trope in movies where you see them, like, getting fucking stuck. Their hand stuck in it or whatever.
Yeah. That's
May not even be a classic trope, but I know it's at least in a couple significant movies.
Final Destination, I remember.
Yeah, for sure in that.
Yeah. God, those movies were a fucking mess, huh?
Oh my god, yeah.
But they're fun as fuck.
I recently rewatched them because they, when I'm up at the cottage, the TV that they have, like, it only gets, I don't know what channel it is, but some channel will play, like, a Final Destination marathon because there's, like, 40 of those fucking movies.
Yeah.
And they get pretty ridiculous. Like, I find those movies is like, well, I just find that those movies are like, because the killer is just death itself.
Yeah.
They're like, it's just relentless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of like pivoting and it's just like making compromise with whatever scenario that they try to like the victims or would-be victims. They're trying to stop death from getting at them. So then when they realize what it's trying to do, they try to outdo it. So they'll like, it's like an arms race between them, and where they're like, I'm going to make something safe. And then death will be like, you forgot about this. And they're like, okay, I'll make that safe. Okay, then what about this? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like, my problem is every movie, it's like the same beats. It's like someone had a premonition, and then it's like, what's going on, Sarah? And then it's like, I think we're going to die. You're ridiculous. The thing actually happens. They don't die. And then they all come to the realization, it's killing us in order. It's like the same beats in every fucking movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. They did that with American Pie. I don't know if you've seen any of the other American Pie movies.
No, I barely saw. Like, I think I remember seeing the first one when I was like a child. Right. I barely remember it.
I also think that these are just franchises that now exist to be like, these are just stepping stones for actors to have on their resume.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, throw them in one of these, see how they do, where the budget's a little bit bigger than a shitty indie film.
Yeah.
Before we take a chance on them on a main one. Like, I bet you they're funded by bigger companies, right? Like, what's Final Destination? Is that Miramax? Let's look it up.
Is it Lionsgate?
Yeah, you might be right. I think it might be whatever the one that has the car.
Yeah.
New Line Cinema.
New Line. Oh, it's New Line. Okay. Is that the one with the film that has like one side of the film thing like kind of flipped up? One side of the I forgot what this is called.
You know, it's interesting. Final Destination was originally a spec script for an X-Files episode. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I got.
Wait a minute. In the first Final Destination, a bunch of young people don't get onto a plane. You see where I'm going?
Mm-hmm.
It's all propaganda. It's more Epstein propaganda. If you don't get onto a plane, bad things happen, right? Did Epstein fund Final Destination?
Let's find out.
Let's find out. Let's look into that. And if not,
coming up next. Whoa, I forgot. You know who I forgot about was Kerr Smith.
Who the fuck is that?
He was the guy who played the jock in the first Final Destination. He was also Jack on Dawson's Creek.
Gotcha.
And I only know that because I watched Dawson's Creek when I was in like grade 8.
Yeah.
What am I looking up? Oh, did Epstein? Let's just see if he funded any movies, because I'm sure the answer is yes.
Yes. And there's probably hidden symbols in that movie.
What movies were Jeffrey Epstein in?
Okay.
Nothing but documentaries. Okay.
Remember there was this hilarious death in one of the Final Destinations where, like, I think it's in the second one. This guy, like, lifts a bunch of weights, and he's like, I'm gonna live forever! Ah! And he, like, pushes down these weights, and then the weights, like, break, and they just smash his head in. It just, like, boom! His head just, like, explodes.
I always love the guy who tests death. Who's like, I don't give a fuck.
That was that
Come
guy.
at me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that the one dude who's like, I'm gonna fight this
Yeah.
this metaphorical construct.
Yeah.
Well, American financier. I just want to know what he fucking. I don't care about his prostitution. Everyone has a past. I just want to know if he.
Who hasn't done a little prostitutioning on the side? God, this fucking episode is off the rails.
Yeah, we were smashing it out of the park.
Yeah.
You know, it sucks. There was some things I was going to show you, and then I realized they're on my phone.
Oh, gosh. I've started watching a Chinese opera to, like, just get fucking cultured.
Right.
Dude, they're a fucking mess. It is fucking insane. Like, nothing makes sense. The story beats are all over the fucking place.
Well,
I can't speak Chinese. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
it's Chinese, though. Did you watch it backwards from top to bottom or bottom to the top?
Are you saying that's the problem?
Maybe you got to watch it backwards.
Yeah.
Imagine you're watching a movie backwards and you're like, I don't understand. This guy keeps undoing all of his. It's funny you mention that. I just trying to get cultured by watching stuff like that, where you're like, I have no interest in this, but apparently I'm supposed to like it. That's how I
Yeah.
get with a lot of things.
Yeah, like, I'm just like there are so many Chinese operas and people still watch them today, and I'm like, oh, there must be, like, some fascinating culture behind it. And it is fascinating. Like, they're wearing interesting clothing, and, like, the set design is pretty fascinating. But as entertainment for they go as long as, like, 4 hours long.
Yeah, that's too much.
It's too much. There are some that are literally 15 hours long.
Like, it's one sitting.
Yes,
Supposed to be?
but there's a break. And it's like, you wake up, you go to the opera in the morning, and, like, you just, like, fucking
You clock in.
yeah, you clock in at the opera. And then the fucking music is wild. It's just like, it sounds like people banging cymbals together, and then there's, like, this, like, drum, and it's like, it's kind of rhythmic, but then it stops being rhythmic, and it's like, it's just fucking, like, loud noises at all times. I just imagine the people leaving the opera with, like, their ears bleeding and going, like, that was so good. It's fucking wild, man. I don't know how people watch that shit.
Well, they are a different culture.
Are they?
Yeah.
Can you look that up? Are
Um,
Chinese different?
I just looked it up. People in China are Chinese. Huh.
Yeah.
It is kind of interesting to think about, like, 200 years from now. The population will have spread out so much
Yeah.
that it's going to be harder to determine who's what anymore.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, everybody's just gonna be, like, mixed.
Like, racism will eventually stop being able to be a thing
Yeah.
because nobody will fucking know.
Yeah. I'm sure there'll be some people who are like, we've been inbred for a while, so.
Yeah, well, sure. I mean, there'll always be people who will just see, like, you're different than me, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
I was watching there was a thing about a guy who was a white supremacist, and he said he did the 23andMe. And then he was like, I'm going to open it live on my stream.
Yeah.
And he opened it live on his stream, and he was like 14% Sub-Saharan African-American. he like fucking lost his mind. Imagine being so bold to do that live. Just thinking to yourself, like I bet you in his mind, he's like, I mean, I know both my grandparents.
Right.
There's no way.
Yeah.
And like not even considering that anyone behind that.
Yeah. Yeah, the next time he live streams, he's like wearing a dashiki. He just accepts it fully and goes full ham.
I was like, Shane Gillis did 23andMe, and it came back like 100% Scottish or something like that.
Oh,
or,
really?
Yeah, or Irish. Where he was like, fuck. He's like, I didn't want to find out I was inbred.
Mm-hmm. Well, look at his fucking face.
I know.
Yeah. He's fucking hilarious, though, dude. His Trump is amazing. Have you heard his?
Yeah, I know. He really nailed it. Hey, you know what's interesting is he was talking about how he had figured it out right as Trump was leaving office.
Yeah.
So he was like, what a waste.
Yeah.
But you know what's so interesting? If he had gotten SNL, he would have been their Trump.
Yeah, I think so.
For sure. Way better than Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin filled the hole. He didn't really... I didn't think he was that good.
Yeah, voice-wise, it was like...
It was fine the first time as a joke, but
Yeah.
then when they made him the go-to guy, it was like, this isn't that... It's not that good.
Yeah. He had some mannerisms that were not bad, and, like... There was that thing where it's like, it's Alec Baldwin doing it. But yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Shane Gillis might have done it.
Also, Alec Baldwin, his Trump... Man, I mean, I haven't seen it in a while, but I always felt like SNL does this thing where once they figure out the, like, 2 or 3 things that work, they just stick to those. Yeah. And so eventually his Trump came down to just, like, 3 movements that he would just do repeatedly and then talk with the fucking duck lips.
Yeah, he would pucker and do the hand thing.
Yeah. I think Shane got a better cadence on the voice.
Yeah, for sure.
Shane sounds more like he's doing a speech.
Yeah.
Like he sounds like he's coming through a speaker system.
Right. Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess he is. Technically. Whereas Alec tries to just do the talking version.
Yeah.
Anyway, SNL became like Mad TV, where they were like, oh, this character's funny? Okay, well, that'll be on the episode every time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then eventually it just, I don't know, lost its flavor.
Yeah. I liked it when Will Forte was on.
Will Forte's era is one of the best ones, I think.
There were some fun, weird sketches on that show. But this always happens with SNL, right? Like, they have good times, bad times, good times. Like,
that's true. I think it might have been Lorne Michaels who says this, but he says that, like, typically people, their favorite era is the one they were in high school for.
yeah, I've heard that.
And for me, that's half true.
Yeah.
Because I liked the high school era, which was like, for me, it was like tail end of Adam Sandler and Chris Farley and David Spade and them.
Yeah.
Who was in the early 2000s?
Wasn't that like Andy Samberg?
Oh, no. It was Bill Hader was there, Tina Fey, Chris Parnell,
Yeah.
Daryl Hammond, Amy Poehler.
Andy Samberg's around that time, huh?
Nah, he came a few years later. I think he came afterwards.
Parnell did Lazy Sunday with Samberg. When was that? When was Lazy Sunday? What year was that? Because that to me is like...
Yeah, Sandberg got 2005.
Okay. From then on to like a couple years, like that was like my favorite time. I think Farrell was in there. Like it was like Farrell, Parnell, Samberg, Forte, maybe Jason Sudeikis was starting up. Tina Fey was still there. I think Amy Poehler was there. It's a solid fucking time.
Yeah, well, Andy Samberg got hired with the Lonely Island guys, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah, they were doing the digital
But they got
shorts.
hired as writers through the digital short thing.
Yeah. And Samberg was like the only one who was like in sketches. Yeah,
Bill
that sounds
Hader,
right.
I think Bill Hader and Andy Samberg both joined in 2005.
Yeah, that sounds right. And Will Ferrell like overlapped, huh? Let me just bring this wheelbarrow in really quick.
Well, he wasn't in 2000. He wasn't in 2004, so he left in 2003, I guess.
He left in 03?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought there was overlap for some reason.
And Jason Sudeikis gets hired.
So I have some bits that maybe could be like sketches, but I don't know. Or, I don't know if these are like these are used up by other people.
Go on.
But Antiques Roadshow. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
But for bongs.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Can we do a movie where the dialogue is only action movie cliches?
Go without me.
Yeah. Like every line in the movie is just like, for the next 48 hours, this is gonna be home base. And then like, I only work alone. You know what I mean? Like it's all just cliche action lines.
That's like that improv game where you have to do the alphabet, except...
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
What if you did that? It's the alphabet improv game, except you're doing action dialogue.
Oh, fuck. I watched the show called Scam City.
I love it already.
Yeah, this British man, he like goes to different places and he shows like the scams of that city, and he'll go like, I was in Amsterdam and here I'm going to rent a bicycle from a man, and then he's like, yes, one bicycle please, and then he'll be like, $200 a day, and he's like, I know this is a scam because it shouldn't be $200, it should only be $10, but he knows I'm British, so he's gonna scam me some money. And then like, but then he still ends up doing it, right? He's still
Right.
like $200. He'll still do it. I just thought like, isn't it like, what if like he's actually falling for these scams, but he's like, in post he realizes it's a scam, and he's like, yeah, I mean I totally knew that was a scam, but yeah, like I'm just showing you guys.
Showing you how they thrive.
Yeah. But he's literally getting scammed. He
I like-
doesn't realize it.
I like the idea of him being like, the whole time he's giddy because in the back of his head he's like, he doesn't know I know it's a scam, and he's like,
Right.
$200?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. I have your 200 right here, and he keeps looking at the camera.
Yeah.
I have
He's
your
like, "What are you looking
200
at? What are you
right
looking at?"
here.
Yeah.
Yep. And so that's what it costs.
Yeah. But it's so funny just seeing him like walk around different cities and just get scammed constantly. Like, he just walks around getting scammed, and the voiceover is just like, of course this is a scam. Like, I don't know, just this idea of this bumbling fucking idiot
That's great.
falling for that.
No, I just love the idea of him constantly getting scammed, but acting like he's got the upper hand for
Yeah.
knowing it's a scam.
Yeah, it's funny both ways. Yeah, it's funny where he knows and he's also just like,
I was in control the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. At one point, he like lets a woman pickpocket him, and then he like he follows her and he takes her out for free coffee. Like, he got scammed and he lost even more money.
I love the idea of her. The end of that date, he's like, all right, you can get out of here. I'll take care of this.
Yeah.
And then he goes to pay
He's
for
like,
it, and
"What?"
she's taking his wallet, too.
Yeah, he takes his real wallet. Yet again, I've been scammed. Oh, shit. This is more of a talking point, but I don't like taking goblin shits at work. I don't like taking giant shits at work. I went to a Chinese restaurant recently, and there was a couple signs in the bathroom that were pretty funny. Let me try to find them. The sign that says, "Please do not step on the toilet seat. Thank you."
Oh, yeah. Well, they've had that problem before.
Holy shit. And then toilets are easy to take strike action. Please
Okay.
don't put any paper into the toilet.
Oh, I see. So they're trying to say, what they're getting at is that the toilet will go on strike if you try to give it
Take strike
the wrong
action.
materials.
Yeah.
That's one way of saying that a toilet's clogged. Yeah, the toilet's on strike.
I also bought a yogurt from this Chinese restaurant.
The toilet is actually fighting for union dues right now.
I bought this yogurt. It's the same Chinese restaurant, and I was like, "What is the name of this yogurt?"
No. Okay, for the record, anybody listening, the yogurt is called "I Control My Own Life." That's the
But
that's
it's a
the
small.
translation.
It's a small.
Oh, it's a small.
A small. I
A
control
small.
my.
Can I get a small? I control my own life.
I don't know why why
Is it
that
a
killed
yogurt
me.
drink or is it a yogurt?
Yeah, it's a yogurt drink.
Okay, that brings me to my next question. What are those like?
I like them.
What does it taste like? Is it vanilla?
No, it's like it tastes like a regular yogurt that you eat. That's like
Plain?
plain, but it's a little sweeter than plain, and it's tangy. It's got that bite of like a yogurt.
I've
That
always been
tangy bite.
curious. I see those in like shawarma places and shit, and I never
yeah.
want to fucking bother. Cause
Those
I'm
are
like,
even like more sour. Like those start to get sour.
I expect. Yeah, well, that's I think the problem I have with it is that I'm like I'm worried that I'm gonna get. I'm gonna buy one, and they're already overpriced as a drink to begin with.
Yeah.
They're not quite milkshake prices, but they're above a pop. And
Yeah.
And anyway, I'm gonna buy it, and then I'm gonna taste it and be like, "This fucking sucks."
Yeah. Like it's not sour like sour milk. It's sour like how lemons are sour. It's like on that spectrum. You know what I mean? So if you're not into that, and it's like thick, you know, I don't think I'm selling it well, but I like them. Like not every time, but like every once in a while, you know, crack open one of those fucking yogurts, kefirs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
It
bad.
does sound cool to say kefir.
Yeah. It sounds like an insult. Fucking kefir.
The guy who owned the house that we were filming at yesterday, his name was Kefir.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know what background that is.
We'll be right back. These are all just edit points.
Yeah.
You see that? Those AI Taylor Swift nudes.
What happened?
Basically, some dude like posted a bunch of. They're all fake nudes, but.
Oh, nudes.
Yeah.
I thought you said AI. The Taylor Swift AI dudes.
AI dudes, yeah.
Yeah, that's I guess gonna be a real problem, eh? That they can now just make like realistic nudes of anybody.
Yeah.
And I bet you we're at a point now, considering how close we are to being able to just decide what somebody looks like before we even see them.
Yeah.
Like we're pretty good at that already.
Yeah.
It's gonna get pretty quick at being able to figure out exactly what somebody's real naked body looks like. Like I wonder when we're gonna hit the uncanny valley in regards to being able to replicate stuff without actually seeing it, and then a person confirming like, yeah, that's what I look like. I don't know how they got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, Taylor Swift is like the most okayest looking person in the world. I don't know why everybody goes nuts over her, other than the famous. I mean, I guess I don't not know why.
Yeah. I think I'm more into like women who look like the girl next door type of thing. You know, like they're not
Like Taylor Swift?
no.
Or not like Taylor Swift?
Like I feel like Taylor Swift looks like a celebrity.
She looks like she once was the girl next door who then became like popular and is now a mean girl.
I felt the same way about Angelina Jolie my entire life. I'm like, I don't get it. I don't.
Yeah.
Get it. Yeah.
I feel
Sure,
like
she is a beautiful person. But
there's nothing wrong
I'm
with
just not into it.
like overall, like if somebody was like, "Hey, this is my girlfriend Angelina Jolie," I'd be like, "Good for you."
Yeah.
Like if she were famous or not, like
Yeah.
she's attractive enough in that regard. But I also agree with you in that like she just kind of looks like a collection of attractive women body parts.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah. Yeah.
I think that maybe you can confirm this, but I feel like that seems to be a product of LA or at least the Hollywood scene in general.
Yeah.
Where eventually it just starts becoming like, oh, I've got like they're all assets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's like certain work you get done every once in a while, right? Like, oh, at this point you should get your chin done and you should get your eyes lifted and like at this
I just recently saw the chick who plays Starlight.
Oh, yeah, I saw that shit.
She got plastic surgery. It looks pretty brutal.
Yeah, that looks bad.
The only thing was is that like I didn't get like a confirmed photo, so I don't really know if I saw exactly what it looks like. But if it's the worst one I saw, I hope it's not that.
Yeah, there's an image circulating. Her nose looks like pretty pointy and like her cheeks look a little off.
She looks like a different fucking person,
Yeah.
which is crazy because I was like, you already looked like what most people try to achieve with plastic surgery.
I thought she was so attractive.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. But if that's what she wants, fuck it.
I could never do it. I could never do plastic surgery.
Yeah.
I think even if I got fucked up, unless I was like to the point where it was like, oh yeah, it's hard to look at this guy
Yeah.
because I got like in a crazy accident, you know what I mean? Then maybe, okay, I might do something just for the sake of not having to constantly hearing people scream when they see me.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like, as far as growing old and stuff goes, I don't want to do any of that stuff. Well, I don't even like putting lotion on my hands.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
The idea of walking around with parts that aren't me in me that I can't get off just fucking
Weirds you out. Yeah.
shakes, I don't know, shakes me down. Well, I can't help it. I'm an island by. Well, I time-stamped a couple things, but nothing really major.
No, it's all good. We'll have to take notes anyway.
Yeah, there was a lot of this that was garbage.